Hello, everybody. Hello, beautiful souls. Just come on in. I'm hoping that I am just going to look and see if I can share all of this here because I want to share the live and make sure that I am live with everything that's going on. So so if you're coming on, just say hi. Hi, Abby. How are you? Okay, so this way I can see all of the comments, which is great. And I'm going to actually share this as well into the group. So, hey, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all here tonight for this soul contract deep dive. While we wait for more souls to join, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For those of you who are new here, I am Bella Silva Cacilhas. I'm a psychic medium and I help people connect with their loved ones, tap into their intuition, and understand their soul's true purpose. So just waiting for everybody to come on. I'm coming on a little earlier than I normally do, just because it's such a great. The weather actually today wasn't that good, but it's it's great. It's been today. It's been kind of cold. It's crappy actually, but the days have been finally warming up, which is right, which is awesome. So I normally don't come on, so we may not have anybody on today, but that's okay. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about while we're waiting for more people to come up is first I'll be at Cooper's Hawk. If you guys watching on the replay, which is great, I'll be at Cooper's Hawk on Saturday, May 10th, 2005. Of course, 2025 at 1 p.m. for a haunted wine tasting. So the thing is really great about this is it's we kick it off with a tutorial about the wines that you're going to be tasting, and it's also going to be paired with different snacks and things like that. But then we're also going to be going on a haunted walk of the actual vineyard. So we'll be sharing people's experiences, some of the stories, and things like that. And I will be tuning in as well to the spirits because I have already, and I'll be telling you guys a little bit about them. And while we do the walks, I will be doing spontaneously personal readings for people in the crowd. So it's going to be something that's a little different. It's great because it's right before Mother's Day. So if you don't have a gift for your mom and she is into the woo woo stuff, this is a great gift for her. I'm sure she'll love it. So you can get your tickets for that on my website, psychicmediumbella.com. Also, mark your calendars. And next, the May 30th event, private event that I have here has already been sold out. So, which is awesome. So we're going to be doing one on June the 13th, which is actually Friday the 13th. Uh, Friday the 13th. You think I would drink something before I came on, but I didn't. So I'll be hosting another private group event here. There's only 10 spots, and actually, five of them already been taken up. So there's actually only 5 tickets left for that event. I keep it small so that way it's more intimate, and you get to ask. Everybody gets a reading. Everybody's getting guaranteed a reading for that event, which is great. Hi, Dana. So I can't wait to do that. And lastly, I've been thinking about doing a couple more events, and these ones are going to be in July, and these ones are probably going to be the last of the private events for the year. Um, I'm thinking of doing a full moon event and a new moon event in July. I'm still on the I haven't announced any of the dates for that yet because um, I'm still trying to figure it out, really. But I would love to be able to do a full moon event and a new moon event, which would include the private readings and everything else, but also um, and getting in touch with the moon and doing the manifesting and the letting go, which with each moon phase. So if you guys are interested, if that sounds something like that would be interesting, just let me know in the comments because that I'm trying to figure like I'm thinking of doing it, but I'm not 100% sure. So hi Amy. Now coming up in this live, I can't wait to do a deep dive into soul contracts tonight. So trust me, this is going to be eye opening. We're going to go over some of your soul's missions, influences in your relationships, careers, everything in between. Plus, I've got some awesome exercises lined up where you'll get to peek into your own soul contract and learn a little more about what your soul signed up for. So stay tuned for that. Hi, Shar. So if you guys can share the live so that people can see that I'm on a little earlier today than I normally am. Normally, I usually at like 7:30, but I think I'm going to start getting on a little bit earlier now, just because I want to be able to enjoy the rest of my evening. Not that I don't love standing in here with you guys, but the weather, the time, it's still light out, so which is great. So, yeah, so we're going to be doing some of those little things. Um, okay, so here's a little icebreaker. Hi, Karen. So here's a little icebreaker. Let's do a little fun thing while we wait for more people to join us. If you could describe your soul's mission in one word, what would it be? Mine would probably be healer or psychic or medium. That's like 3 words now, but whatever. I've always been drawn to helping people see the truth of who they really are. So, what about you? Let me know in a comment. If you could have one word for your soul's contract, what would it be, or whatever? Also, a lot of people have asked me why it's so important to know about your soul's contract. Well, understanding your soul's mission can make a huge difference in how you navigate your life. It helps you to make sense of your challenges, things that you're going through, gives you clarity um, on what to focus on next. It's like a roadmap for your soul's journey. Karen, your teacher, I could see that, yeah. Catherine, caregiver, empath, Anna. Pretty much that's probably what would be summed up with you guys for sure. Okay, so we're going to start the live. So this live is called What the Hell Did My Soul Sign Up For? It's a soul contract deep dive with me, Medium Bella. So, um, and because many times I have asked myself, what the hell did I sign up for? So, welcome everybody to the special live. Um, we're going to be doing some deep diving into some of the questions you're probably crossed your mind at least once. What the hell did I sign up for this in my lifetime? If you've ever wondered what your soul's true purpose is or what your lessons were meant to be learned, and you're in the right place tonight. We're going to unravel all of that and more. So, now let's break it down. What the heck is a soul contract? In the simplest terms, your soul contract is the agreement you made before this lifetime. It's like a map of your journey. Here, it's like a map of your journey here on earth. I can't even read my own notes. That's how like tired I am. So bear with me, people. You as a soul chose certain experiences and challenges, relationships, the good ones and the bad, and the lessons to help you evolve and grow spiritually. Some of you might be feeling a bit lost or unsure about where you're meant to do here, and that's totally okay. We'll dig into tonight um, we'll dig into that tonight. But here's the thing, your soul didn't just pick out the easy stuff. Hell no. Oh, you signed up for some really tough things. As well as I did. So, tough relationships, tough challenges, and those soul crushing moments sometimes feel impossible. But trust me, it's all part of the plan to help you grow into the highest version of yourself. Hi, Lou. Hi, Heather. So, now I want to take a moment. If you feel called to, drop a comment below with something that's been on your mind about your soul's purpose. Maybe it's a big question, or maybe it's a feeling you've had for a while, like, why am I so drawn to certain people, places, or things? I want to hear from you. So comment below and I will see if I can answer some of your questions. Now, with me, there are certain areas in this world that I've been drawn to. Actually, here's a perfect example. My husband, since I've met him, he had this thing about going to Nova Scotia. The man has didn't know what Nova Scotia was, had never seen anything about it, and the moment he's originally from Portugal, so Azores actually. So when he came over, anytime anybody asked him, "Where is it that you would want to go?" his answer was Nova Scotia. I don't understand how he didn't marry someone from Nova Scotia, but that's beyond the point. But his thing was he was so drawn to Nova Scotia. And I don't understand why. And he doesn't understand why. And to this day, he still loves it. We actually did go out and go on a trip to Nova Scotia, and the man was like in bliss. He loved every part of Nova Scotia. And I've tried to ask him before, I'm like, what is it about Nova Scotia? Like, there is no other province in this world, in the Canada that you know of other than Nova Scotia. And to this day, it's still, he's just like, I don't know. I love it there. He's like, I feel like it's home. So I don't understand what his problem is, but clearly his heart is in Nova Scotia. Hello, Marg. Why have I had Why have I had to have so much loss in your life? Why have you had so much loss in your life? I don't think you've had so much loss. I think you've had the same amount of loss as everyone else. Um, but it's just, why have you had a lot of loss in your life? I'm not, that's funny because I'm just getting a bunch of different stuff for you, Catherine, really. But a lot of it is just learning to, they keep talking about attachments and learning to let go, and actually learning to deal with the grief of those losses. So it's not, I understand that you're with the losses, but it's not always, are you talking about losses of people or losses of just things in general? Because they're giving me it's something, it's like some of the losses need to happen and some of the losses they were lessons. So I'm not 100% sure. It's a very complicated answer to answer on a live with that one. Ask myself that too. Maybe full or hopeless romantic. Why do I keep choosing people who are not available in some way or shape or form? Probably because you need that. All of these things are all lessons and things that your soul needs to evolve to. So if you're drawn to see certain people that are not emotionally available to you, it just might be because of the fact that you need to learn to stand on your own and not need to be drawn to these people. It's almost like as you start to realize that these people are not the ones that you should be there for and stop giving them their energy, they'll start coming around. You won't be drawn to them so much. So you got everything that you're kind of like drawn to, and there's certain reasons why you're drawn to that, and some of them are lessons so that your soul evolves from that. Believe me, I've had it too. He almost moved there last year. Funny enough, Mo would go with you, Lee. I've lost 33 family members in 20 years, and my daughter 1 year ago today. Today, wow, so sorry about your loss. But some of those losses, even though it's happening to you, it's not necessarily. I understand that this is loss of people. It's difficult, but sometimes it's something that they've had to go through. So it's not necessarily the losses are only just yours. It's just that those are things that they've had to go through in their own soul as well. So, and it's hard to deal with that, with the grief and stuff, but you have to understand that this was part of their soul contract as well. Why did the strangers feel the need to tell me their life story? Because you're an empath and they feel that you can sympathize with them and empathically can connect with them. That's why they tell you their life stories. That continue to happen because it continues to happen to me for the my whole life. So, but that's the story there. So, we're going to do a little exercise, Catherine. So, maybe you'd be able to get the answer um, for that, and that's going to be better for you. Um, okay, so here's the exciting part. Your soul contract is not just about this life. It's also influenced by your past lives and the energy you've carried from one lifetime to the next. That's why sometimes you feel a deep unexplained connection to a place or a person. Ever met someone and thought, I feel like I've known that person forever? That's likely past life energy coming through. We're also going to dive into what your soul's mission is in this life. It's not just about finding your calling, it's about understanding the deeper purpose behind your relationships, your struggles, and even your successes. Yes, there's a reason for all of it. Certainly, here's okay, so hi Stacy. Hi Maria. Okay, so Maria, you said you've been going through a rough year. I lost my husband and an aunt a day apart. Well, I'm so sorry for that. And now I'm alone. It's been completely, but now I just don't know if my job is really what I'm meant to do. I fought so hard to keep going, and I just keep thinking lately that maybe I'm not doing what I should be doing, that I have a different purpose. Well, the fact that you're thinking that is your soul telling you that yes, you do. Now you have to figure out what it is that you are called to do. So you kind of already have something in mind, or your soul does, has a purpose for you for what you enjoy. So now it's like letting it lead you and figuring it out. Hi, Laura. Okay. So now that we've explored what a soul contract is, let's talk about the soul mission and how your past lives play a huge role in shaping it. This is where things get really fascinating and where many of you might start to see some deeper connections to your life today. Your soul mission is essentially the purpose your soul chose to fulfill in this lifetime. It's the big picture, the reason you're here on this planet right now. But here's the kicker: your soul's mission often starts before this lifetime. So, Maria, we're going to do a exercise. So I want you to see if you can do the exercise so it'll help you decide what it is that your soul is here for. You've been on a journey for lifetimes, and all of that energy carries forward into this one. It's not just about this moment, it's about what you've meant to complete across multiple lifetimes. So, your soul mission can include many things. It can be learning about love, forgiveness, healing, or even helping others awaken to their own spiritual truths. It's often linked to something you deeply resonate with, something that just feels right, even if it's something new or unfamiliar to you. But what about those struggles you face in this lifetime? The tough lessons, the relationships that seem to hit the same patterns over and over again. Those two are part of your soul's mission. They are the challenges your soul has chosen to face in order to grow. And while they may feel painful in the moment, they often come from the greatest rewards in the end. So, for example, you might have a soul mission centered around healing. And in this lifetime, that can show up as dealing with physical or emotional challenges that push you to learn to care for yourself. Your soul is working through this lesson so that you can be of service to others in a way that only you can. Your experiences become the tools you use to guide others on their own journey of healing. So, now we're going to talk about past lives and how they impact your soul mission. Most people don't realize just how much influence their past lives have on their current one. Your soul's journey doesn't stop when you leave a physical body. It continues evolving and learning from each lifetime. Sometimes the energy from the past lives comes into play in ways that you might not immediately understand. For example, you may feel an intense connection to a place, culture, or a time period that feels familiar, but you've never been there before. That's a sign that you may have lived there in a past life, and that energy is coming through to guide you. Have you ever had a past life memory or a feeling of a deja vu that you can't explain, or felt instantly drawn to someone like you've known them forever? That could be an energy of a past life connection coming forward. Those energies often show up as emotional triggers, patterns, or even physical traits, all to help you resolve unfinished business and align more fully with your soul's mission. For example, in a past life, you might have been a healer. Oh, I already said this one. So, oh, wait, no. In a past life, you might have been a healer or a teacher. In this life, you may feel a strong pull to those same roles, even if it takes time for you to embrace them. Your soul has carried that knowledge and wisdom forward, so your mission now may involve stepping into that role again, but this time with more clarity and understanding. Uh, Annie, I feel like everything I go through in this life has been difficult to go through. You know that saying, why do all bad things happen to good people? That's what it feels like for me. I know that might be what it feels like, Annie, but I think you have to look back at some of the things that, one, you may be making it more difficult than it really needs to be, because sometimes we resist change because we don't recognize it. We need to be able to know where we're going, so we're going to resist it, so it may seem a little more difficult for us. And a lot of times, if we're not meant to go somewhere, but we have free will here and we decide this is where we're going to go, and we start doing it and it becomes difficult, a lot of times it's not because it's not supposed to happen for us. That's not what your soul destination is. But because we have free will, we keep pushing to go that way. So eventually they're like, okay, fine, do it. And then it doesn't end up working out the way we thought and becomes hard. And we were like, well, my God, this happened and that happened. And it's like along the way, before we even got there, we had difficulty getting there because we weren't supposed to go that way. That wasn't what we were supposed to go. That wasn't what we were supposed to do. So, but and some of the things that you have done that's been difficult, you have to look back and say you've learned from those. You've had some lessons there that you can take on and help other people. So there are reasons why they're all there. If you are a woman, do you always come back as a woman, or do you've come back as everything? But if in order for our soul to evolve when we pass, we have to be able to connect with everything. So there are times where you come back more often as a woman just because you like the energy of being a woman. But you've been a man, you've been a woman, you've been a dog, you've been a cat, you've been all types of animals. that you reincarnate as everything, because you have to be, everything's energy. Everything is energy. So so yeah, so you have to know what that feels like in order to be able to evolve. So you don't always come back as a woman. Some people enjoy it. I've had a reading with a lady that she actually enjoys coming back as a cat. She doesn't like being a human, not even in this lifetime. But she's had to have a human experience because it's different than it would be as an animal. So yeah, you have to have all those. So how can you start recognizing how your past lives are impacting you? Here are a few things to look out for. One, unexplained fears or phobias. You may have a fear of water, heights, or even a specific situation that seems irrational. It could be tied to a past life experience. For example, if you have a fear of drowning, it might be connected to a past life where you had that experience where you drowned. Two, unfinished business. Sometimes unresolved feelings, relationships, or situations from past lives can come through in this lifetime as patterns or lessons that need to be completed. If you find yourselves in the same kind of relationships or situation over and over again, it might be because your soul is still working through something from a past life. I've known many people where they'll reincarnate with almost the same type of person around them. Um, I've had somebody that's reincarnated with the same people all the time, and they have a difficult situation. They have a difficult relationship with these people. And there's a reason why, because they have unresolved issues from a past life, and they have to be able to resolve it in this lifetime. But they don't understand that they have to resolve it and understand and be able to see the other person's point of view and perspective so that they're able to heal this relationship. So sometimes they'll go through many lifetimes always reincarnating because they still haven't learned to understand each other. They're so focused on certain things. So number three is you have deep connections to certain people. Ever met someone and felt like you've known them forever? It could be that you've shared a lifetime together before and your souls are reconnecting in this one to continue from where you left off. So that's what a lot of times we'll get, like soulmates and things like that. Four, recurring dreams or symbols. If you keep having the same dream, or if certain symbols appear over and over again, like a specific animal or item, and maybe your soul trying to communicate something from a past life. Hi, Cynthia. So, when we think about our soul mission, we can't ignore the powerful influence of past lives. They shape who we are today and they shape the lessons we've come here to learn. The patterns, the challenges, the relationships, they all play a part in helping you fulfill your soul's purpose. I want you to take a moment now and think about your own life. Have you experienced any of these signs of the past life energy? Maybe you've had recurring dreams or feel drawn to a certain place or person. Take note of it because these connections are telling you something about your soul's journey. The more you understand your soul mission and the impact of your past lives, the clearer your path forward becomes, and the more you align with your soul's truth. The purpose, the soul's true purpose. The more fulfilling and empowered you are, your life will feel. My God, I just butchered that. The more you align with your soul's true purpose, the more fulfilling and empowered your life will feel. My God, I wrote this and I can't even read it. That's how bad it is. Okay, so now before we go any deeper in this, I'm going to wrap up this public session. And I'm going to be heading over to my Spirit Lounge group for the exclusive exercise that I lined up, where you'll be getting a peek of your own soul contract, and you learn more about your soul, what your soul signed up for. So if you're in the group, you'll be getting a chance to ask questions and connect with me, and much more personal level. And if you're not part of the group yet, come join us. I'll be there in a few minutes. And as we get ready to wrap this portion of the live up, I want to leave with this. I want you to leave you with this. Remember, your soul's journey is yours and yours alone. The choices you made before coming here were meant to challenge and grow you, and it's all part of the bigger plan. Stay open, stay curious, and remember that you're exactly where you need to be. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're ready to continue this journey with me and get the exclusive messages, meet me at the Soul Lounge. I think the link's in my. Oh, hold on a second. Let me link it up here so I can get you guys. Anybody that wants to join the Soul Lounge can do that. Copy. I think you're already part of it, Sandra. I think that's what it is there. So I'm going to end this broadcast, and then I'll see you guys over in the Soul Lounge.